building in the past. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and welcome our amazing 2021-2022 president, Mr. Robert Tyree.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Future Toastmasters and distinguished guests, my name is Robert Tyree. I'm your president for about 3 more weeks because today is elections. I don't think I've ever been so excited about elections, except for Toastmasters. But I am today because we have the opportunity to kind of recap, to kind of take a look back over our shoulder of the previous years. But with the staff that's coming aboard, we know that they're going to be doing great things because we've seen them already do great things inside their previous roles. So we have a wonderful selection of individuals who have been nominated. And now it's time for you to step into your role. So I'm gonna get back on script, y'all. So give me 1 second. Before we start, how's everybody feeling tonight? We come off mute and tell me just how was your day?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Anybody else had an amazing day? Okay. All right. So we're going to dive right into the officers' elections. You guys have been waiting for this all year, and today is the day, all right? So serving as an officer in the club is an honor. It is part of our Toastmaster promise. Holding quality elections to select the best prepared and ready to serve the club and its members as leadership team is the beginning of a great club year. The following is information on a club officer election. This process should be held by nominating committee chairs by a meeting past president. The members of the committee cannot run for office and should not be experienced, well-respected. The members of the committee should be well-respected Toastmasters. They should be prepared for slates and nominations for each office. They may nominate more than one Toastmaster for each office. The selection process should be completed so the elections can take place by the scheduled meeting in July. Specifics for the first meeting in July for the office elections. This procedure will be repeated for each office. Candidates cannot be elected or nominated for the next position. Presentations of announced candidates, call for nominations for the floor can be up to 3 times. If nominees are made, they must be part of the ballot. Yeah, we're going to vote if we're in favor for, if we're not. I believe that for the virtual purposes, we actually will be putting the nominees on the screen. And then as a body, we'll be selecting that role.
Okay. Could you do me a favor and make me
Yes,
the host
ma'am.
so I can set the polls up? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm so excited, Joe. Okay.
Just keep scrolling.
Please bear with us as we go through these screens. You want me to start?
Yeah, so I guess the first role that we'll be doing is the role for president.
Okay.
Right, Natasha?
Yes. All right. So I'll start by letting you all know who has been nominated. And if you accept the nomination, if you can just put a thumbs up on the screen, we can go from there. All right. For the role of president. Oh, wow. We got some more nominations in the past 30 minutes. So for the role of president, we have nominated Angela Hamlin, Natasha Brown, Olio Samuel. So Angela Hamlin, Natasha Brown, Olio Samuel. If you could put a thumbs up on the screen if you are willing to go for this role, that would be amazing. Show me your thumbs up in 3, 2, 1. I don't see no thumbs on the screen. So Natasha, let's go through this. Natasha Brown is saying no. I thank you for the nomination, but I've also been nominated and selected to be our Area 23 director. So I will be taking that role coming into 2022, 2023. So that's why I'm saying no. Otherwise, I'm like, okay. I would still say no because it's someone else's parent. So I'm going to pass it over to Angela Hamlin. You can let us know if you're taking the nomination or not.
At this time, I'm going to reserve and say no. I have already nominated another person, so I'm hoping that they win.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunshine. And thank you, Angela, for your response. And we're coming to Olio. Are you accepting this nomination for president?
So I actually nominated Angela, because I felt like she's the person that's like the person for this job. I wanted to see some new faces, get some new leadership. And I think she is amazing for this. And I asked her to reconsider her reservation because I believe in her. And I'll make sure that you got help if you need any assistance.
I totally thank you for believing in me. I actually believe in you more for this position with your experience, your enthusiasm, all of those things. I think you'd be best fit for the position.
So for the office of president, the nominating committee has nominated these people. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Is there anyone who sees anyone that is present that would like to make a nomination from the floor? Someone other than Angela and Olio. We had to put a pin in that. You can give it about 3 seconds. Just go ahead and type it in the chat if you have someone that you would like to nominate. In 3, 2, 1. All right. I will say that the reason why, Shauna. Someone has nominated Shauna Stepp Jones to be the president of Morgan State University's Toastmasters. And I will say, Olio, you got 6 out of 8 nominations.
So I just got to let the club know, I do have to prepare for both the international and the table topics competition. And so that's why I don't want to spread myself too far. And they're asking me to train for a district area, whatever you call it, nominee person too. So in preparations for that, I want to be able to learn all I can before I take that type of role. So that's why I don't want to really do any rules for this one, so other people can step up and get that experience.
Shauna Stepp Jones, would you like to accept the nomination that has come from the floor?
I would respectfully have to decline the nomination as president. I am open to some other roles, but president, I'm not in a position to become the president this year.
Okay. So this is another thing that I want to say. All of the roles that are here, not you personally, but everyone. Former president is also a role. So there is, some support that's there in the role as well. And the further you go up, the less hands-on responsibility you have, and it's really just managing others that have responsibility. So I'm just throwing that out there because I kind of have to, because if we don't have a president, we don't have a club. So we're going to definitely be making that distinction tonight. No pressure. I'm just kind of tell y'all, you know, the reality.
Yeah, let me jump in. Normally I wouldn't jump in, but I'm gonna jump in today though. So listen, y'all, we need. I'm gonna go back to my story. So I remember last year at this time, right? I was nominated for the role of president, and my answer before was no because I didn't feel like I had a capacity to do it. The good thing about this club, you have, if you look right now on the screen, 1, 2, 3, you have 4 individuals, right, who are former presidents that will still be lingering around that will help you in any means necessary. There's time where I've called Teresa or she's called me or text me, right, and she has navigated me through a bunch of stuff. I have called Brian as well. And he has navigated me through stuff. Miss Eva, you know, I call Natasha because we are working together on the same panel. So the one thing I want to say is, like, you will not be lacking in any area because you have the knowledge. So I'm asking for one of the individuals, right, that stretch yourself. And honestly, it's not really a lot. It's more about managing other individuals than you doing the work. And if you don't know how to manage, it's a great opportunity to do so. And then once again, also, we don't have a president. We ain't getting all the roles. So we need to make sure that we establish that first.
We have another nomination. I'm sorry. Are we live? I'm so sorry, YouTube.
Yeah, we are live.
My apologies.
But we can definitely
no, it's okay.
Edit the video.
Anjanice Sunshine Burton was nominated. And I will also call to see if there's any other nominations coming from the floor. So Sunshine, I don't know if you heard me, sis, but you were your name was thrown in the hat. And I would say, you know what, y'all, we could just move on to the next one, but we really can't. So Sunshine. And I don't want to say the other people's name again because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm you know, pressuring them or anything. Oh yeah, Sunshine, hey girl, hey. They threw your name in the hat, sis. They threw your name in the hat. Actually a long time ago. Because you remember that one meeting and I was like, Olio, and Rob was like, Sunshine. And I was like, oh yes. So what's it gonna be, sis? What's it gonna be?
I appreciate the nomination. I do. I really do. And I appreciate the belief and support that this team, this whole Toastmasters has. I am in a process of growing and showing discipline and commitment, and I want to make sure that I can be the best version of me for the team. And I am working on that. I am a work in progress on that. So I do not want to, I don't want anything to decline or suffer on my behalf while I learn to have consistency and discipline and commitment. So I do appreciate the nomination. I am not able to take it at this time. So thank you.
Oh, so y'all just going to throw everybody's name in the hat. So we have another nomination from the floor first. Before we move on to that, I will tell you all the names that were dropped into the hat. We literally can't move on to the next role because if we don't have a president, we don't have a club. So it's really no point to move on to the next role. Like I wasn't being funny. I was being serious. So we go in order of what's needed. So Toastmasters, the mission is to develop leaders and competent communicators. So the role is supposed to help to develop you into the leader that you're desiring to be. So I just want to reiterate that these aren't roles that we should be signing up for because we feel like we have it in the bag. You know, we signing up for the role because it's to help us grow. And that's it. So let's see, we signing up for roles so they can grow. We need a president to continue. Can I share my experience? When I saw that I was nominated for president in, 2020, 2021, I was like, what? Yes, read the chat, y'all, while I tell my story. I was told to tell my story. So I got the latent nomination because somebody kept saying in the camera that I see our next president. And, you know, somebody by the name of Madam Red Bottoms kept hinting at me that there was a nomination coming. And even though she didn't say a name, every time she made that statement, I was like, why is she talking to me? She's talking to me. Okay. And in the beginning, we were in person still. Okay. We transitioned to the pandemic. And so I jokingly call myself the pandemic president. But at the end of that year, like I had grown so much. Like I had seen a lot of the dreams and visions that I had come to fruition, not just because I had the dream, but because of the teamwork. I grew as a leader. I learned how to release some control because in other roles, you have a lot to do and a lot to manage, you know, so you're used to doing and having to meet a certain goal. And president, you don't do that like for a moment. You're kind of like, wait, what am I supposed to do? But it's to be there for the people who are your doers, you know, to make sure that, you know, they're supported. And even if that's connecting them with somebody that had a role before them, or, you know, making sure that they go to some type of training and everything. And we as a club together ended with the highest honor in the pandemic, President's Distinguished. And that is not because of me. Hey girl, that's not because of me alone. I was chosen as the name, but it was truly because of everyone. And we have some amazing people who are already in the club and just joined, who are serious about this work. And I have John's come back on the screen. So are you throwing your name in a hat, or are you just coming back on the screen, John? Yep, I did it. I did. I'm for real going to circle back to Olio. I don't want to do this. I don't know why you making, I don't know why you, I don't want to do this. I don't know why you making me do this. Don't make me do this.
And Natasha, I remember I'm about to be out of the country for probably like a month. So it's like, I'm not going to physically be at the meeting. So if I can't like tune in, especially with like, when I leave, I don't want to not be there at a meeting too. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll add on to that, Olio. The one thing about the support, you don't have to be at every single meeting. We will hold you down, sir. There's a place at MSU calling your name, sir. We know it. Everybody online know it. We do. We can sit here like we don't know it, but like we know, like it's your turn, sir. Without saying it's your turn, it's your turn. And you've been gone a month. The good thing about leadership, right? If you could be gone for a month and the club is still running, that's called leadership. Am I right? Back in the day when I was Annie Ann's manager, we're going there. Yep, we are, right? I was never at my location. You know why? Because the team and the foundation's already been built. What we need you to do is walk into this foundation and lead us to the next chapter. There's certain things that you have. Here we go. Yep. Certain things that you have, right? Yep, we're going there, right? Don't you turn your camera back on. There's certain things that you provide to this club. Now, Ms. Eva, let's go back, right? So like even before Natasha was president, before I was president, right? There was already things that we were doing that was president-like without us being said. There was a lot of background work, right? There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of conversations, right? and you've already set yourself up for this position. And the good thing about it, even if you take on that additional position, that's why we are here as a team. Nothing will be gone lacking. And the good thing is everybody in here is seasoned. They've been in 2 or more roles. So what we need you to do, sir, is lead us to the next dimension of greatness.
Yeah. And I'm saying,
Will you say yes to that?
Not to pressure you, Olio or
Come on,
Angela,
Angela.
both of you will be great leaders, and anybody else that's on this Zoom call tonight would be great leaders. It's what people have seen over the years of your growth, being a part of. All of us have busy, well, most of you all have busy lives. Mine's a little more settled now. And we all have things that we have to do, must do, affairs, dates coming up. And we're thinking, I don't want to commit myself because I know I'm going to be out of the country. But like Robert said, Natasha said, myself and others. Before I became president, the former president, which was Stanley Jenkins, his whole job changed and he couldn't make it on Mondays anymore. And all of a sudden he'd be like, Miss Eva, can you take over? I'm just a treasurer. I'm collecting the money. What do you want me to do? And I felt I was thrown into it. And after a while, I learned a lot from people backing me. It was never really about, oh yeah, I got this. Every week I got up there and had to speak on behalf of the president. I had butterflies. I'd given speeches before, but just knowing that I was in that role of, being on top and I had to be a leader, it taught me a lot. I'm a leader in my own church, and my husband, thank you, husband, put me in that role. I was always a behind the scenes person, but your personality that I've seen over the years of knowing you in person and as well as Zoom, I commend Natasha and Robert, because we never had to do a Zoom meeting. And every week they kept bringing in new faces. You kept bringing, everybody on here kept bringing in new faces. Never be afraid to step outside the box. Not saying that you are, Angela as well, because we all have a lot of things that we have to do, but sometimes we have to put priorities in order. If you can't be there, and I'll thank you for every other Monday, because that gives everybody that woosah break to do the things that you need to have done, not on a regular basis. When I was president, it was like, no, I wanted every other Monday. They told me, oh no, that's not going to work because you would lose people. And I was like, but we were in person. Morgan was right there. And I saved that to say, you would be an outstanding president, but you will have a committee and officers backing you, upholding you, and giving the opportunity for other people that may be looking at you behind the scenes say, oh, he called me this week to be president. You'd be surprised. So I would suggest that you think about it, pray about it. And if you don't have the answer tonight, it's okay. It's okay. I don't want to pressure you, and Angela, the same thing to you. I see your flyer, girlfriend. I see you out there getting ready to make some awesome moves. Your business will grow. Your resume will grow. You'd be surprised who's looking at you behind the scenes. That's my take on it. Think about it. And let's do this. Let's get our president tonight.
Yeah, that's serious, because the person that nominated me for area director, I've never seen this person. I don't know this person still to this day. Okay. You don't know. And just think about the role. How could it add to your life? And honestly, I would not have said yes if I didn't know that it would develop me in roles that I have. Being able to manage multiple sites, being able to manage multiple states in different areas and different positions that I I will tell you all who the next nomination is. The last nomination, somebody made was Crystal York. She like, what? Girl, you knew it was coming. Okay, you know it was coming. None of us are begging. None of us are trying to beg. I think that we are going this hard in the directions that we're going because we already see you in that role. And that's it, honestly. So if you all want to take a week and do nominations at our meeting next week, we can. And if this is this isn't going to be the result, but I do want to let y'all know that the reality is that we're not going to have a club after next week if we don't have a president. So if you all see other people that you've seen that you feel like, I'm looking at the nominations and of all of, there's still, somebody just voted again. Somebody in here just voted for Olio again. Y'all funny. So yeah, let me know what's up. So those that were nominated, there were some nominations from the floor, but everyone else that has heard their names, if you would like to consider for the next week, please like put a thumb up if you would like to consider your nomination for president. I'm gonna go there first, and then I will go down and let you all know what other people, who else was nominated for what other roles, so that you all can think over your nomination into the next week as well.
What I'll do is I'll talk to the current president, and I'll have a chat with the current president about how it will be, so they can know the obligations, and if they think after I have the talk with them that is appropriate for the club with me, because I am launching,